All right, we are live. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is going to be an amazing day. You are watching Lip Service with Lisa and Shareece. And let me just tell you right now, I need you to go grab a notepad, get yourself ready, because today is going to be a day that you will not want to miss. Okay? Right,
Absolutely.
Shareece?
Absolutely. We got a crew for them today.
Yes, this is going to be a day that's going to go down in history books. So, ladies, get your notepads, your phones, whatever you use to take notes, because I do believe we are in for an education, if you know what I'm saying.
Education.
Yeah, yes, an education. So, before we go any further, let's introduce our wonderful guest for today. We have Mr. Darrin Baker. He is in the house with us today. I'm so excited to hear what he has to talk about. And we also have Mr. Don Mills. He is here with us today.
Hey,
We are talking about what is it that men really want in relationships, okay? Not what we've been taught, not what we heard, not what we read on memes. We need to know. And so today we're getting it from the source. And we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight to it. What do
Mm.
men really want in relationships? Before we get real deep into it, I want each of you to introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourself. If you can go first, Darrin, just tell our listeners and our viewers a little bit about who you are and what you do.
hello, my name is Darrin Baker. I reside in Houston, Texas. I am a working man, which a couple ladies do like to have a working man also.
Absolutely.
I'm a very hungry individual. I'm also not trying to live by one income. I need multiple streams of income. You ladies like to hear that as well. So, as I progress and go on, I do a little coaching for basketball, AAU. I also model a little bit and a bit of an entrepreneur. I'm actually working on a book as we speak, and as we go through the conversation today, I'll jump into a little bit of that, plugging in a little bit into our book that's coming out pretty soon.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Next, we have Mr. Don Mills. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Don Mills. I work every day as well. I am the owner of also DM Signature Photography. And, that is what I do, as well as a lot of things in the community. You'll learn more about that later on as well.
All right. All right. All right. So, what made us want to talk about this topic? Well, first of all, we're curious by nature. That's my answer. What is your answer, Shareece? Shareece, why do we want to talk about this topic?
Because I'm single and I need a man.
Okay. She decided
Correction.
to keep it real. Okay.
Correction. I need a good man.
Yes.
Employed. Hello. Always
Yes.
makes things a little better.
Definitely makes things easier. So the question is, and either one of you can jump in, what do men really want
Mm.
in relationships?
Well, first of
Darren,
all,
you Darren, go ahead.
um, relationship. Wow, some guys are TNA guys. Some no, I'm just playing. Some guys we want it all. We want a classy woman. We want a well-educated woman. Sometimes those things don't go together, but we'll take them as they come in. See, as we were coming up with this thing, I was talking to other people and telling women that guys will meet women anywhere, at the bus stop, at Walmart, at Kroger's, but certain ladies only want to meet certain guys at certain places. So, it doesn't always work out together. But, we want what you all want. Someone that's educated, making their own money, independent, can hold a conversation, works well with the family. But sometimes those things don't always line up together. So we got to take, what are we willing to live with? How much baggage are we willing to carry in a relationship?
Okay, Don, what do you say?
Well, I look at it like this: someone that's going to communicate, someone that's going to compromise, someone that's going to have respect, and someone that's going to be willing to work together to achieve what we're going to achieve in a relationship.
Come on now.
Okay, work together to achieve. Now let's recap. Darrin said, and I quote, "We want it all." He also said, "We'll see how much we can take and how much we can get and what we can deal with." So kind of sounded like we really do want the whole package, but we'll settle for half the package. Did I get that right?
I don't like how you put that, but yeah, someone like that. We're willing to adjust ours more than women are willing to adjust theirs, I think, sometimes.
More than women. Very interesting.
Right.
So, I mean, Shareece, jump in anytime you got a question, anytime you want something, you want to say something.
Go
So,
ahead.
during this show, I have some things that I want to ask, and there's some myths that we as women have learned or thought we learned about men or thought we knew about men. And I want you to let us know, is this true or false? So, with that being said, my very first myth is I'm going to show you a graphic. This is my very first myth. This is something that we have been taught. You all let me know, is this correct or is this a myth? Men by nature are hunters. Women have been put in a position of being the prey. Is this true? Let us know.
So that's
What do
the
you
Steve
think?
God,
Harvey, right?
Yes.
So we're talking. Steve Harvey says about men being hunters and women being the prey. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we are hunters, yes, but I don't like the thing saying a woman is prey. A woman's going to put
Okay.
herself in position to be found and be seen, and I wouldn't say that's being prey. That's just putting you in position to find who you're looking for. That's what I look at it as.
Okay. Darrin, what do you say about that quote?
well, we are hunters, as Don mentioned. We are hunters. I was telling and talking others about women have to want to be caught.
Mm-hmm.
Some women enjoy the process of being caught, but don't really want to be caught. Sometimes it's all about timing. We always hunting. We always hunting. We ain't gonna never stop hunting. It's what we're hunting for is the issue, and can we find what we're hunting for?
So I have a question in relation to that. Are you clear when you're hunting? Are you clear about what you're really hunting for? Because
I was
sometimes,
thinking the same.
yeah, sometimes a man is chasing you, and in your mind, he's hunting me, but he could be hunting the kitty cat. So, with that being said, do you make it clear? I'm actually just hunting the punani, or I'm actually hunting you. See, I think I know the answer to this question, but I would like to hear you all's answer.
Okay, well I'll jump in. Yes, yes. We got nothing else to go on. We hunting the punani. Yes, we are hunting that. And we take all the other stuff as well, but I want to keep it real as much as I can. I'm not gonna sit up and say we not. If you're looking good and you fine and we see that, we do say, dang, that would be nice. It would be nice. I never plan to go get it, but if it happens along the process, I'm not gonna stop you.
Okay, okay. Very good answer. I think, I already knew the answer to that. What do you say to that, Don?
I was going
Or
to
does it
say.
depend on the day?
It can.
Well, I think you know as we grow and we mature in life, yeah, we go after it. We will. And if you're gonna put it out there, yeah, we're gonna come and get it. But as we get older, we have to think about it another way. Is it really worth getting that? Is it really going to work for us in the long run? So we got to be clear as to what we're really looking for. And if that's all we're looking for, we can get that. If we want more than that, we got to do some other things. That's my take on it.
Okay.
Let me add something on here. I was again, I'm a movie watcher. I watch a lot of movies, and a saying comes to mind: the older you get, the better decisions your other head makes.
Mm.
Absolutely.
The
That's
Absolutely.
good.
older you get, the better decision your other head makes. And when we're young, we're not thinking with the right one. We just out there trying to do what we can do. As we get older, and I
Right.
think Don's as old as I am. He may be young. He may be younger than me, but we make different decisions as we get older. We have to.
Right.
We have to
So
evolve.
how So how do you explain men in their 50s still chasing after the kitty
The
cat?
girls in their 20s.
Even the kitty cat in the 50s, and that's all they chasing. They chasing multiple kitty cats. Are you really thinking better with your other head, or are you just stuck in a certain stage in life and fail to mature if you're doing that?
I'm not going to say they're immature. I'm going to say they're still in search of someone to either settle them down or give them some words of knowledge.
So are they in search of the magic box?
Of course, we all are. You want the you want to walk down the street and find a guy and say, "Oh yeah, he's the one I want," and everything perfect. No, you got to go through some trials and tribulations.
Okay, Shareece, you can jump in because I got a list here.
Okay, Don. So what's your take on it?
Well, I look at things like this. It's a process, and if you find someone that's willing to endure the process, then we're going to see where it's going to go. But there's a lot of things we got to look at as we get older. Like I said, there's things we got to look at. A lot of men don't like to show feelings and emotions. We won't do that. We miss out on some things. And we've got to be able to open up a little bit more to find out what the significant other is really going to do for us and what we're going to do for them. And if it's all going to be about one thing, then there's really not much to really work on to talk about.
Okay. I have my next myth that I want you guys to say true or false on this myth. Now, let me just make a disclaimer. I know you can't speak for all men, so we're talking in general here. So before people say, well, that ain't me, I ain't that type of man, they're not trying to speak for all men. They're talking about in general. And since they're the ones who was brave enough to come here and talk and speak for y'all, we're going to take their word today. If anybody else got some input, holler at your girl. We'll get you on the next. But my next myth that I want to ask you all about is this myth that we have been taught since we were young ladies. Men don't like whores. Is that true or false?
Are we talking young or old? I'm just
we can go with both. Let us know either
way. When we say whores, are we talking about ladies of the night? Are we talking pole day or just hoes and just you ain't got to be on the street corner to be called a hoe? You can be your friend that's next door, or when you.
We're not talking about professional hoes. We're talking about, look, I'm talking from a woman's point of view. And the reason why I asked this question is because a lot of women don't be their true selves because they think, well, men don't like a woman like that. When you know you a freak and you scared to be a freak because you think men don't like that. So I just want to hear it from the source, not necessarily whores, but okay. I'm saying when it comes to a woman being a lady in the street and the freak in the sheets, again, I think I know the answer to this, but I want to hear it from the men. What is your preference? Would you prefer a lady being a lady at all times, even in the sheets? Or when you get in the sheets, would you prefer somebody who's going to let her hair down, so to speak?
Even if she ain't got no hair, yes, I want it again. We want it all. We want it all. Well, I'm sorry. I'm speaking for myself. I want it all.
I don't want.
And freak is
you
relative.
You want to know what you're dealing with. You got to know what you're dealing with, because if you don't know what you got, you may not know what to do with it, and you may not want to keep it because you don't know. I need to know. If you're going to do all of this, I need to know what I'm dealing with. Because now I got to step my game up to deal with all that you bring. Because I might not be at a stage where I can handle all you bringing. So I need to know what you're bringing so I know what I need to do. So, yeah, bring all of it. I want all of it. I'm just like Darrin, all of it.
I will say, don't show it all the first time out the gate, though.
No, absolutely not.
That's good advice.
Please don't show it all out the gate. It's fun when you're young. You got to take baby steps.
So ladies, I hope y'all taking notes to this. Don't show it all when you first come out the gate.
Right.
Give it let it breathe.
Right.
Ooh, I like that. Let it breathe. I like that. Yeah, let it breathe.
So do you guys feel since the pandemic, how how are you dating now?
Really, can you date?
I mean, how, are you being creative in dating? You just not dating? I mean,
Facebook. I mean,
video chatting. What are you doing?
video chatting is beautiful. FaceTime is beautiful. Duo has done some wonderful things here lately. Zoom has done some wonderful things lately. You know, if you got to travel, take all the precautions you need to, because it, as a friend told me, it's a rolling, not a stopwatch. It never stops.
Okay.
All right, it's a rolling. Don?
Just be safe with it. Just be safe.
So are you
I mean,
finding that you're meeting the same type of women, or do you think you're meeting quality women, or do you think you're just meeting gold digger type women that just want you to pay a bill and have a little conversation and move on to the next?
you're talking about during this pandemic?
Yeah.
I ain't looking.
Oh, you said you're not looking?
I ain't looking during the pandemic. No, I ain't looking.
Oh,
I'm
so
just
you
gonna wait
moved
till.
up.
Yeah, I'm not looking.
So you moved up?
When it's my time, it's my time. Right now ain't nobody's time. So when it's my time, it's my time.
So with that answer that you gave, let me repeat something that I don't know if I said it at the beginning, but let me make sure I said it at the beginning. We want to hear straight from the source. What do men really want in relationships? But we don't want to hear you spit no game. We want to hear the real. Okay. So, if you really ain't looking cool, but if it's game, from this point out, just keep it real with us. I want to hear the real.
I'm being real. I'm not. I'm not doing that. Because
okay, so we have a question from a viewer. How do you feel about women that are celibate?
Absolutely.
If they're celibate, if we care enough about them, we'll fall in line. But again, you have to have good, strong game for us talking wise. If we ain't gonna be doing nothing, we gotta be doing something else. Right now, you can't do no pandemic. You're not going out. You're not dating. You're not visiting each other. So you got to have a good, strong talk game and be creative in things that you want to do. If that's what she chooses to do, you have to have other things, or at least give us ideas, because we got ideas too. But you might not like the ideas we have.
Okay, like what? What would we not like?
I don't know. I mean, that's for conversation between whoever's the individuals that are talking.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Shawana, for that question. That's a good question, because a lot of women are celibate these days, waiting on the right guy. And sometimes you feel like being celibate is going to cost you a man, because
now I have a question. Can I impose a question? Now, the women that are celibate, fine, I understand that. So you're willing to be celibate up until marriage and find out, although he may check all the other boxes, he may not check that box. And then you've waited this long. You waited. I'm not saying premarital sex is the best way to go. I'm not advocating it. I'm just asking a question for the ones that are celibate. Are you going to have him check all the boxes, and then that box may be important to you?
Well, I'm gonna speak to that, because that happened to me on my first marriage. We were celibate. We did not engage until after marriage, and the experience was quite traumatizing, because the sex was trash. There's no other way I could put it. It was horrible. It was the worst honeymoon ever, because we were not sexually compatible, and I waited. So I felt like I want my money back. I want my time back. I want my life back. That ended up being an 11-year marriage. So after that, I said to myself, and I said to Jesus, that ain't never happening no more. Okay. If I'm going to get married, I'm going to have to know what you're working with. We need to be sexually compatible, because I'm never going to go through that again, because it's not enough just having a relationship and the sex is trash. I'm just keeping it real.
But when you're celibate, well, okay, never mind.
So
being celibate and being a virgin is two different things.
Yeah.
No, I never said I was a virgin. I wasn't a virgin.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So being celibate,
we were celibate. We had not had sex with each other before we got married. And when we got married, we found that we were completely incompatible sexually. Right. In my opinion, it was horrible.
And you
Okay,
knew nothing
he
about
did not
anything prior
agree.
to that.
Say it again.
You didn't know anything about nothing until that moment.
I did not know. Okay, I was raised in church, and I was in church, and I was trying to do it Jesus way, and I was really down with the program at first. But when I got on that honeymoon, let me tell you something. I wanted
Then
to
don't do
backslide. I wanted to backslide because it was horrible. It
So let me ask
lasts all of 2 minutes.
well, 2 minutes can be, you touch your hand on a stove, 2 minutes can seem like a long time. I mean, it's all
It wasn't
relative.
no stove though. It wasn't no stove. Wasn't nothing being warmed up. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. It was
So,
not a good experience.
Lisa, what made you become that way? I mean, something must have said, okay, listen here, I tried it your way, that didn't work. I'm gonna try Jesus's way, the Bible way. And is that
Well,
what made you?
I really believed in it. I really believed in it. I was not a virgin, but when I got saved, I really became celibate. So I became celibate from the age of 16 to 22. I did not have sex for 7 years. And yeah, it was hard. But it was hard, but I did it. So I felt like I was going to get a reward for that because that's what the church was, and that's how I interpreted what they was teaching. I probably interpreted it wrong, but I thought if I be celibate and if I be faithful to God and to the church, wait on my husband, it's going to be the best time of my life. But I felt like I needed a refund because it was horrible, and I did not enjoy the sex. We were not compatible. I waited for 7 years for trash. I mean, and I can't say it no differently than that. Now, for me, celibacy only works when I'm single. Like, if I'm not in trying to get in a relationship, I'm not dating, I'm trying to be with somebody, celibacy don't work for me because the minute I feel like I want to be with this person, we're dating, whatever, I need to know. I need to know what I'm dealing with. I need to know if it's some quality. I can't just bank on the fact that, he's attractive, he can hold a good conversation, because I had that before and we got in the bed and it was horrible. So I'm not going to go through that again. I can only speak for myself. I
Well,
can't
first of
speak for other
all,
women.
I want to apologize for the brother that put you through that. I'm sorry, right here. I'm sorry. I want to apologize for the brother that put you through that. And I hope that life has been much better for you.
Life has been better, but I tell you what, I have learned how to evaluate men based on, now, this was getting ready to be part of my next question. When I date or when I have a conversation with men, I feel like I can tell whether or not a man is good in bed from his conversation. To
Absolutely.
me, when a man talk over you and you trying to talk, that let you know he gonna be trash in bed because he can't even pay attention during a conversation. Also, if you're eating out, at dinner, a date or whatever, and a man don't share his food with you, he's gonna be trash in bed. That's just my opinion. Now I ain't saying you got to eat off his plate because he don't know you yet. But you can put a little bit on my plate. Now, if you're not even gonna share your food, then what's your sex like? That's just my opinion. So I feel like women should try to evaluate men before you even get to the bed. Just look at how they do things. Look at if they selfish or not.
Let me write that
That's
one
just
down.
what I'm saying.
How do you equate him sharing food being good in bed?
Shareece, help me out, girlfriend, because I wrote that shit. I mean, I wrote that down.
I'm gonna tell you how I put it together. Because if he not gonna share his food, now when your plate good, You don't want to take a minute to get away from that good food. That's just like an orgasm. When it's good, it's good. And he may not want to share that moment. He just gonna get his. I'm gonna need somebody who know how to pull back if I ain't got mine. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go with the flow.
You're stereotyping us a little bit. Come on now. You're
That's
stereotyping.
why I'm asking the question. That's why we're here. So that we
Okay.
can get the truth.
Okay.
Because really, that's how I feel about it. If you selfish in real life, you're going to be selfish in the bed.
Okay.
Okay.
Shareece,
That's
what
my
you say?
opinion.
Huh?
Shareece been quiet. What she ain't saying nothing. Shareece, say something.
I mean, that's just her analogy. I don't get that out of that, but I am with her with conversation. If you start off a conversation with I'm super hungry and I'm just go, eat your groceries and all that kind of stuff, then I'm like, he ain't
Eat
got
your
nothing.
groceries. What are you talking about? Groceries? I never heard that before.
Oh, I might be saying it wrong then.
Well, let me
Tossed
read this.
salads, all that extra shit. I'm like, no. I'm eat you up like groceries. That's my brother. I'm gonna beat him upside his head.
So Shawana says, for me, it's about getting to know someone on another deeper level without the pressure of the constant thought of sex. Because there's more to a relationship outside the bedroom, and the majority of the time, sex can cloud your judgment.
This is
You're
true.
right.
It will.
Very
The
true.
good deed will have you tripping.
I agree.
Of course,
Good or
sex
bad?
can cloud your judgment. Of course, it can, but I feel like this, I'm not going to speak on that. I agree with you. I think it can definitely cloud your judgment. Okay, moving on.
Oh yeah, because men will take advantage when they know they working with a little something. They are, I would say, like a ladies' man, and they know it's good. They take advantage of that because we will put up with a lot of BS for some good deed. Now let it be trash. We like, dude, you out of here. You stared at me 2 minutes too long. I'm through with you.
Exactly.
You bring me no McDonald's. I'm through with you. It'd be on some bull crap. You'd be like, but I just said hi. Anything, we'll get rid of them. But if it's good, we'd be like, well, come give it one more time.
Well, I don't necessarily see that as them taking advantage. I just see that as a blessing. When you're a blessing, be a blessing. Go on and bless somebody. I want my blessings. So if you know
going on, don't she?
How many blessings do you want, girlfriend?
I mean, it depends on the blessing.
You gotta remember.
He said he'll open out a window and pour you out a blessing. You ain't even got room. And that's the kind of blessing I want. You ain't even got room to receive.
So even if the blessing is a community man.
Oh no. Because that's not a blessing. That's a curse. That's a curse. I don't want a community man.
For who?
I don't want no community man.
Right.
I don't want something everybody get.
Are we talking large community or are we talking small community?
I mean, let's keep it real. When you get to a certain age, it's going to be a small community for that man. Okay. Right. If a man past 45, it's a small community that know, what's happening there. But we're talking about a whole city, a large community. No, I'm going to need you to float on.
I understand. And there's some women that are more experienced than guys too. So, that goes back to the other. Go ahead.
If I'm more experienced than a man, so I'm 48. If I meet a man that is my age or older and I'm more experienced than him, toodaloo, bye-bye.
Why is that?
Not interested.
Why is that?
What? Why would I be more experienced?
You can't. No. He may have been reserving himself. He may have been preserving himself for the perfect time and perfect place to actually express himself. He's seen a lot of things. I'm sure he has. Not many men haven't seen everything. We've seen it all, I'm sure. There may be a different way of doing it, but we've all seen the same thing. And when you say
we have a different definition of experience, I don't know.
This is true. That's for another time topic.
Yes. I want to get to my next myth about men. Okay. We are told a lot of times as women, we are told and we are shown sometimes by other men that men do not like independent women, especially Black men don't like Black women who are independent. So let us know, is that true or false?
Well, why would we not want one that's independent?
Right.
Because my thing is this. I'm not, and you have to look at things like this. I may not be here forever. And if I have a woman that can't do anything and can't move forward without me, that's not good for her. So an independent woman is not a threat. Some men just can't handle it because they may have more going for themselves than the guy does. And if that's the case, the guy needs to figure out what she's doing to get to where he's at so he can get there.
I like that. That was good.
Okay. What do you say, Darrin?
Love an independent woman. It takes some of the pressure off me. I love a woman that's got her own. She got her own house, got her own car, just like the song said. I love it.
Absolutely.
It helps me out. Sometimes I may not have it, and she got my back. That's what having each other's back mean. That's what a relationship is. It's 100% from my side and 100% from her side.
Yeah.
But if she's waiting on me to pay for everything, sometimes, I don't want to go out because she ain't got no damn money.
Right.
The bills are being paid, the house notes being paid, the car notes being paid, insurance being paid. Sometimes I ain't got it. I admit it. I don't have it all the time. I want somebody to say, hey, baby, come on, let's go out tonight. I got you, whatever you want. Let's go to wherever you want to go. That takes pressure off of me, knowing I know somebody that can willing to pay for me, and I don't have to say nothing to her about it. As I told, I think Shareece earlier, you have to know what a woman wants prior to what she wants, so you can always give it to her.
Okay. Proactive. All right.
Always, never reactive.
Okay, we like that. What you got, Shareece? I've been talking too much. What you got, Shareece?
Look, I'm sitting back enjoying. I'm taking my little notes.
I have another one just in case until she get her thoughts together. This is my other question. A myth that a lot of times you're taught growing up. A man do not want to ever marry a woman with a past. Now you know what I mean by past.
We all have one.
Absolutely.
Are we willing to deal with that particular past? And do my friends know about the past? I mean, is it on Facebook? Is it widely? Have you been in the papers? Have you been arrested? Have you killed somebody? Stuff like that. Yeah, but we all have a past, good, bad, or indifferent. At least that's how I see it. Everybody sees it different. These are my perspectives of how I see things. Everybody's got one.
You say the same, Don?
Absolutely. That's just like right now, what's going on all over the news, all over everywhere else about everyone's past. Everyone has a past. But what are you willing to deal with?
How much baggage are you willing to carry?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But you know what? Speaking of baggage you carry, I got this thing in the box, right? And it weighs how much baggage you can really carry and how much it weighs. So that way I use this all the time. I told you I'm a photographer, right? So I carry a heavy camera bag. But now I stick this onto my camera bag and I know how much weight I'm carrying. So I'm gonna start doing this for people. How much weight we're carrying right here with this big old luggage. So, yeah, start doing that.
If only that worked.
Right.
So
how many numbers on that little thing?
So my next myth. I got one more, guys. Well, I got actually more than one, but this one I really want to know.
You did. You've been doing a lot of research. This one.
So, so this is a myth that I've heard among other women, and I need to know: is this true? Men who text "Good morning, beautiful" every morning, and then you don't hear nothing else from them, they basically lying and two-timing. So they sending that to a million women. True or false?
I don't know. I don't know if that's true or false.
Well, I will say women love consistency. I will say that. They do love, I've heard that about a lot of women. They do love consistency. Some guys may text 2 or 3 times, a day, and they may not hear from 2 or 3 days. And then they'll come back again and pick up the latter part of the week and then be gone for the weekend or vice versa. You do like consistency. I will admit that. You have to be consistent in whatever you're doing, or at least try to be consistent and show effort.
But is that a sign of cheating when a man doesn't consistently communicate? If he texts only once in the morning and that's it, and then you hear from him the next morning, or like you said, he texts consistently, then he drop off for 3 days or a week and then come back like nothing happened. Is that a sign of loss of interest? I know it's different for each person, but generally speaking.
You can't really say it's cheating. And what you should do in a case like that is open your mouth and ask them. Shit, you don't know. I mean, if you don't ask, you don't know. True. I mean, that might be the only time of the day he can do that, because you don't know his situation. Sometimes you have to ask.
And you get hit with the busy
if I got a
thing.
text in the morning, you just said good morning. That's all I hear. I'm gonna say, well, wait a minute. Is that all you got to say? Is just good morning? I need to know something else. If there is anything else to know.
What is the big thing with men always texting you what you doing?
Oh, yes.
If
Is
that's
it,
all,
is it what you're
go ahead,
doing
go ahead,
or
Darrin.
the WYD?
Huh?
Is it what you're doing? Is it the WYD?
It's the WYD. They ain't spelling nothing out. And I just feel like that's such a lazy man. Oh, I just asked somebody that today. The lady said, "Do men still believe in phone calls?" I was talking to a friend of mine, and he had hit me up this morning. Good morning, and I'm like, "Do you ever use your phone?" And I'm
Well,
like, texting is such a lazy way. If I'm talking to you and I want to get to know you, I want to hear your voice. I want to talk to you. Uh, Darrin is like my brother in Christ. That's my big little brother, although I'm older. But at any rate, he always has this thing, and he catches me off guard almost all the time, where he does not. He's such uh, a thinker, and he's so right when he says he thinks ahead of time. He don't even know, but he does it all the time. Not even I don't even know if he do it. He probably do it consciously, but unconsciously, consciously. But he always video calls me. I be thinking, I don't want to see his butt.
That
I
was
might
my
be doing.
next
He video
question.
calls me all the time, or he'll be in his closet like, okay, I'm getting ready to go so and so. Now what I need
hey,
to do?
hey.
Hold
Oh, I'm
on.
sorry.
That was my
Now,
next question.
now
Literally,
I
I'm
look
would,
at my
just
face.
I would,
telling.
I do that
My
too.
next
Now I put,
question was, what's up with the video calls? Like, it's fine when you know the person, but if you just give somebody your phone number and you're trying to get to know a person and they always what is up with that? Because to me, it's like an
Especially if
invasion
they
of
don't
privacy.
tell you in advance.
Go ahead, Mr. Don.
pandemic.
Well, you have to realize
You know,
who your person is. Are they the younger school? It would probably more texting. As we start the generation where we are, well, where I am, I'll say, we tend to every now texting is fine, but I want to hear a voice every now and then. But then again, I'm a little bit older, so it's different for the younger generation how they do it. If you're dating a younger guy, that's all they may do is video chat.
Yeah, that's annoying though. I mean, especially you don't know what I got going on. At least text and say, "Can I video call you?" or "I'm about to video call you," or
No,
whatever.
no, no. Not text. Call me and say, hey, what you doing? How was your day? XYZ. Do you mind if I video call you? I would like to see you.
See,
Or
me
people that
personally,
call you off of Facebook that you've never given your number to, and they all of a sudden calling your phone. That burns all of my grits.
I ain't answering. I ain't answering
yes,
that.
yes. Well, for me, hey Sheila, she says I like to hear a voice. Also, I agree. For me, I'm not a phone person, so I don't really like talking on the phone like that until I know that I want to talk to you. So if it's somebody I'm just getting to know, text me. Like I don't know you like that yet. Now, once we talk, and if we hit it off, and I know I like you or whatever, then we could talk on the phone. But you know, I'm not really trying to talk to you if I don't like you like that. Not yet.
When
That's
Tammy says, "Do not call me on Facebook," I'm telling you, that right there gets so far up under my skin.
Well, what
Uh,
you should do is take your number off of the thing.
I don't have it on there, but
well,
because
they
you're
call
on
you through
Facebook
your
and it's linked to your
Facebook
phone,
Messenger.
they can call you.
Well, in your that's right. Well, hey, thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. There you go. Thank
Yeah, they
Mark.
call
Right?
you through Messenger. But you
Yeah.
know what I have learned also through Messenger, it's this little button right there that has a dollar sign.
Does
So
it?
when they call me and I don't know them, I direct them to the dollar sign. Hit over
Wow.
there if you want to talk to me and I don't know you. Okay. Other than that, I don't have no access. You don't have no access to me. I don't know you like that. But if you want to go on and, pay me $35 for an hour of my time, go ahead and we'll talk. We ain't
Ow.
talking about nothing but hey, how you doing? Who are you? And how'd you come to be my Facebook friend? Other than that, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Hit that dollar sign.
Yeah.
Block.
Block. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my next question. What's up with the video calls? Because that was like a really huge pet peeve. Now, I want to ask you guys something about this. If you don't know, just tell us, that you don't know. This is not your area. But a lot of us, because of the pandemic, have turned to online dating. So I would like to ask you guys some questions in direct relation to online dating. My first question is, on certain sites, it will give you an option to like someone and say, show interest. Oh, I like her, or, she's cute or whatever. Why is it that men will hit that like thing, but won't say nothing to you? What is up with that? Do they mean they're really not interested, or they're expecting you to say something? I
Are
mean,
we talking about on a dating site, or are you talking about through Facebook?
we're talking about online dating, not Facebook, because you can like somebody post. That don't mean nothing. I'm talking about online dating when they like your profile, but then they don't say anything to you.
Well, certain sites, I hate to say this, but I've been on a few. Certain sites will allow the women to have control. Other sites will not allow you to have a guy. When I say control, I'm talking about the ladies having control. The ladies need to have control who they would like to talk to, or at least have communication with. So,
but even still with that, you can say something to the person and they'll say something back, and then it still doesn't go anywhere.
True.
So does that mean that it's
That's
not
true.
serious? Or I mean, I know you can't answer for everybody, but my question is, can we take that to mean men are having difficulty finding what to say? And should we just try to help it along? Or can we take that to mean they really not serious?
well,
Again, you got to ask. Ask.
So we
again,
really need to just type on there, what's the reason why you haven't said anything? Are you finding difficulty communicating with me? Or are you really not serious?
I don't think they're not serious. They may they may not know who all's actually viewing the conversation. Not that that's important, but if I'm talking to you, Lisa, I don't want. I may be dealing in volume. I know it's more y'all than it is of me. I may have talked about 15 different people through this particular site.
That's what I'm
Right.
thinking is going on. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking it is. I want to read some of these comments. Shawana says, I take it as not interested and move on. Tanny says, I get a bunch of likes, but nothing. In my opinion, most of them are morons, childish, and do not know how to communicate. I'm gonna have to go with that one.
Right. I
Okay.
think,
You know
especially
what?
not knowing how to communicate, because you
I
talk to
think a
people
lot.
like I've had
Hello,
great
Denise.
conversations with some friends. Uh, that one guy a while back, we were talking on the phone 5-6 hours.
Wow.
Well, right, we would be on the phone like at 2 o'clock. Next thing you know, it's 5:30. Next thing you know, it's 8 o'clock. I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't talked to anybody this long in a long time. All of a sudden, nothing.
Well, see, I think that, that may be I don't know, because we're trying to hear from the men, but that do seem odd. I mean, that there was nothing. Like
So
maybe
I know somebody said they call it ghosting, but what is that all about?
Well,
If you take out that
but I
kind of
think a
time
lot.
for weeks at a time to talk to somebody,
I think a lot
Well,
of
did
it
you
is
find out maybe
entertainment.
he got sick? Maybe he got, coronavirus or something? Did you find out if he was
this
okay?
was before Corona.
Oh, okay.
I think it's I really think it's entertainment for some people.
Mm.
I just think it's entertainment, something to do.
So Dernice says, yes, they ghost. I want to read her other comment because I kind of agree with what she said. Don't do it. She said, because people are
They're
very
pretentious.
pretentious and are really not who they are proclaiming themselves to be. I know that's right, because I was on a dating site and the man told me he was on vacation. Now, this was years ago when I first moved to Texas, so I did not understand the city he was telling me. I didn't know it wasn't a vacation spot. Shoot, I just moved here. So when he finally said, I'm on vacation in Huntsville, I said, okay, is that a nice place? He said, well, I'm actually locked up. And I was like, well, damn, I'm no longer interested in you. This is not going to go anywhere.
That's a good
I
vacation for Darrin.
I would say at least he's safe, but then again, I don't know.
cannot.
Right.
So Tanny says, I've also run into a few men running scams on women.
Yeah.
I know
If you
that.
got that foreign accent, now what I have run into is they'll have a picture of a white guy, and then you'll be like, well, call me, call me, call me. And then when they call it, I don't know what you're talking about. Really?
Oh,
You clearly and not the person on that picture.
I don't know why you don't do that. I try. You have to be as honest as you can with people, and if they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. You got to keep moving on, but you have to be honest. You're not going to get anywhere by that. That's the first rule is out the gate is you're lying already out the gate. So now you got to perpetuate that lie.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because I know, and I think Don know me well enough to know that this is true what I'm about to say. I am a person that can be honest to a fault. I'm going to tell you the truth, even if it's the ugly truth or the harsh truth or something brutal. I'm going to tell you the truth. Do men really want the truth? Because I'm going to tell you where I've ran into problems. When a man asked me not too long ago to go on a few dates, I said, cool. I feel like I liked him. But then he said, are you seeing other people? I said, I only not right now, only because of the pandemic, but I am open to seeing other people because I'm single. And he got attitude. Well, we seeing each other, but I ain't married to you, and we ain't in no relationship. So what is your deal? I am single. So, somebody told me you should have just lied. You should have just said no, you're not seeing nobody else. See, but then you want to be honest. So I feel like honesty is the best. So you can just take it or leave it, but I'm gonna give you the truth. What would you have done in that situation? How do you feel about that?
Darrin, you want to go or let me go? Because
You can go ahead, sir.
all right, here's the thing. I think it worked. Lisa, you're like me. You know, we'll tell exactly what the situation is. And to me at this point, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I don't care. But I want to know the truth. I want to know what I'm dealing with. Because if you're going to lie to me about something that small, you'll lie to me about something else later on. I need to know up front. If you're seeing me and seeing somebody else too, then let me deal with that. Let me figure out what works for me. And if we're going to be committed to something, then we'll talk about that too. But, we got to talk about it. I want to know who I'm dealing with. And if you're gonna lie to me and say, well, I'm not seeing some other people and you really are, then I don't know if I want to deal with you like that because you didn't tell me.
That's what I would
want to
think.
know.
To me, I feel like this. Why would you take yourself off the market if you're not in a relationship, you're not committed to this person, and you're still looking? Now, if a person is saying, I'm settled on you, I don't want nobody else, I'm settled on you, and I want you to be settled on me. Well, for me, that's a personal choice. Like, I got to know that for myself, though. I mean, so I would prefer,
Yeah.
And that works both ways too. I mean, when guys, I don't know many guys are going to ask that question if I take you out to eat.
Right.
What guy's going to say? Are you dating somebody else? How many other guys are you dating?
No, it wasn't even dating. It was talking to. It was talking to.
Oh well, again, talking to. I don't.
Are you talking to anybody else? Because when you meet on a dating site, the person is still on the site.
True.
So that's their question. Are you talking to anybody else on the site? Well, yeah.
I'm talking about other people.
I mean, if we're not dating, I mean, we went out to dinner a couple times, but do that mean you're supposed to get off the site? You're not supposed to talk to anybody else? It's confusing to me because I'm pretty sure a man ain't gonna just go out with a woman and then all of a sudden he gonna delete his profile. He ain't talking to nobody else. How could you know that this is the person that you want to be when you only went out on a couple of dates?
He must be more committed than the other than you were.
Well, let me read Shawana's comment. Please be honest. I believe the beginning is the best time to put everything on the table, to take it or leave it before feelings are involved.
True.
I saw that as a red flag. I don't know about anybody else, but to me, that's a red flag. If you've only gone on a couple of dates, you only, did a little kissing after the date, you ain't had sex, and now all of a sudden you want me to get off the dating site. I mean, who are you? I don't know if I like you like that yet. We went on a couple of dates. I don't know about anybody else, but to me, that's a red flag.
It
Well,
can
Lisa,
be.
I'm sure you're gonna know a little bit after a couple of days. You're gonna know something. I'm sure you are.
Or you just try to get a free meal. Which one?
No, because I don't need a free meal. I never ask somebody to take me somewhere I don't take myself.
I'm just messing with you.
I I don't have no shortage of
I believe that.
invitations.
I believe that. I was just asking. I'm sorry. It works both ways.
Yeah, but I just saw it as a red flag because to me, maybe men know after a couple dates. Maybe that particular person knew. I didn't know. Okay, I did not know after a couple of dates. So, so
So
that's
what is
that.
the determining factor for you, Lisa?
For me, is if we have a good conversation. First of all, it's the spirit. If I feel a good vibe with you, then I feel like this could go further. But with this particular person, there was something there that made me uneasy. It didn't feel right. Now,
So this was the second date you felt this,
the
or third?
first day, I felt it, but I thought he was just nervous because he said he was nervous. So I
Okay.
was like, okay, that's the reason why I'm feeling this little, strange vibe from him because he's nervous. He said that. I'm nervous, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give him another chance on the next day. So on the second day, he still had this strange vibe about him. And I just was like, I don't know about this. It's just strange. Now you can't be that nervous. You're still acting kind of strange around me. So for me, it was I wasn't sure that this was the person. And I wasn't even close to being sure. But I didn't want to necessarily count him out, but he counted himself out because he said, I don't want you on that dating site. Boy, first of all, it's a paid site. You're not paying for it. So
He wasn't comfortable or secure with himself by hearing what you had to say and being able to take what you said as good information to use that information. So that's his loss.
yeah. So let me ask this question too, as far as because we need to know as women, because we hear different stories from each other. We don't know from the source. Men don't like this. Is another myth. Men don't like to be approached by women. They want to do the approaching, and we're talking about in real life now, not online. Don't answer at once. Jeez.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's very, for me, I love that. That gives us an opportunity to turn y'all down sometime, even though we may want you or don't want you. It gives us power. See, when we always come up to you, you all have the power. You have the power to say yes. You have the power to say no. You have the power to give us a real name, fake name. Oh, I'm with my girls. Like, we ain't doing that night. Okay, cool. We accept that because we're used to that. But when women come with the guys, we sit back and very few women do it. And it's about more about the approach than that you do it at all. It's about the approach, how it gets done. So I get a kick out of it. Not that I get approached a lot.
What do you mean about the approach? You mean the way that a person approaches? Are you
Yes,
saying what
yes.
they saying or okay?
No. It's how they make their introduction because it's all about timing. You see somebody at a bar or something. You walk up and say, "Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. Can I buy you a drink?" Everybody has their own approach to do things. Ladies have to come up with a different approach as well because what makes you different than anybody, other person at the other end of the bar that want to talk to me too? They're scared to come up and talk to me. What makes you different? What's going to stand out?
Well,
Right.
I'm different, so that's what's gonna make me different. I'm
Excuse me?
different. I'm
Well, we
different.
don't know that. We don't know that. All we see is the pretty face, like you see us. All you see is a guy coming up. He might be all right. I don't know, girl. You want to talk to him? Is he gonna buy everybody a drink? What he gonna do? Is he gonna buy something for everybody? What he gonna do?
Girl, come on now.
Oh, I want y'all to answer this. This is a very good question from Bernice.
Right.
Why do older men still play games when they say they want a good woman or are ready to settle down? What's up with that? Why they do it, guys? Please let us know.
Mr. Don?
Hmm. Well, why do they play? Well, I don't know why other men why they play games. Some of us we're not playing games. Some of us we really know what we want. Um, I heard someone just said this to me several months ago. They said, "Well, women my age don't know what they want." Um,
Mm.
and so I turn around and say, "Look, I know what I want. I'm gonna go get what I want. If I can't find it, I just have to wait till it shows up." But I don't know why a lot of guys play games. Sometimes they play games just to see how far they can get and see what they can get out of it. And some women like to be played with like that.
Wait, how you know? How you know they like to be played with?
No. What
Well,
I'm saying, well,
Him a photographer. He around women all the time.
women play games too now.
But to say they
see,
like
here's the
to
thing.
be played with, I don't know.
You know what? Well, it depends on what we're talking about. We're not talking about feeling wise or nothing like that. But I'm around a lot of different things. I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of events. I'm at a lot of places. And some women like what these guys are doing. They like it. They enjoy it. Um, 5, 6, 7 guys coming at you at one time, knowing that every one of them married, but they okay with it. You
I
know,
think she's talking about in terms of
seeing what they can, seeing what they. I mean, we can only do what you allow us to do.
True.
And that's how I look at it. We can only
I
go
think
so
she's
far.
talking about in terms of relationships, because she said when they say they want a good woman, or they say they're ready to settle down, but they still play games, as in messing with other women, not really committing to you. I think that's what she's talking
Because
about.
they don't know what they want. They're not ready. They're not ready for it. They're not
Well,
ready they're not ready for what they say they're ready for. Or you're not the person that's who they want.
yeah, correct.
Okay.
They have to be at a certain place in their life, as we discussed earlier. Again, as you get older, you make better decisions. And they may be slow in what they're doing. They may not be fast as you want them to be. Of course, everybody wants a good man. Everybody wants a good woman. But we have to do it in the right time. We can't just jump out the gate saying, Shareece the one for me. I'm gonna cut everything off, and Shareece gonna be my one, just like you did, Lisa. Not have sex for a long time to meet one guy to find out he wasn't the right one.
Right.
Not saying that it was a bad suggestion or a bad thought process for you, but it didn't work out for you. It may work out for 10 other women out there opposed to every one. But it's about timing. We have to be ready. As my little plug for my book, I'm writing a book, an anthology about what men. I don't want to give the title away, but it's coming out soon. But it's about relationships. It's about nine different viewpoints of guys in the book, and everybody's been assigned a chapter about what they need to talk about. So in my book, I'm also saying the guy has to make a decision when we're ready. You might be the perfect woman sitting in front of us. We talk to you for 6 months, and you might be the perfect one for us, but we're not ready. We're just not ready.
So we can judge that by your behavior. That's what I'm thinking.
You can't. But again, some guys are slow. Some guys are quick to and slow through. Some guys just don't know. They just waiting to see. They want to sit back and wait and let you say no.
Let me read Kenny's comment. She said, with me the vibes be all right. We're clicking and we're getting along and we're loving each other's time. They will be the first one to say I love you, and then boom, they tell me they don't want to be committed or married ever again. Now I'm left standing confused and looking stupid. I feel the older that the man, the more they want to play. No one wants to be married after 45. Okay, let's hear from the men.
Is there something wrong with guys after 45? I'm just trying to find out. Is there something wrong with guys after 45 that don't want to be married?
Well, she's saying that in her opinion, no man after 45 want to be married.
So I'm older than 45, and I'm not gonna say I don't want to be married. But anyway, here's my thing. So the guys that she meeting, they want to be permanent boyfriends. That's what they want to be. Well, I don't think we want to be permanent boy. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but if you're dating with a purpose, the purpose is not to be a permanent boyfriend. That's not what the purpose is. But that's what she's running into. She needs to find out what the guy's purpose really is when they start this conversation, because that might be all he wants, and he's only going to do so much for so long, and he's going to stop, just like he's doing with her.
Sheila says, mature women that I know personally do not want to be played with, so that does not work for us. And I'm going to second that. Absolutely not. So here's a question for Darrin, for Denise. I'm celibate as well. So how do we as women know who is genuine or not?
You won't know. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Absolutely. Pretty much.
You do not know. I mean, you could be, again, as I said before, Denise, you could be the perfect woman sitting right next, but we may not be ready.
We have to trust your spirit, though. See, because women, we are intuitive, so they might not know, but we do. And sometimes we just don't trust that intellect and that spiritual wisdom that God give us, because we have intuition. And sometimes you know the man ain't ready, but he fine, and you know you want him to be ready. But I feel like you got to trust your spirit. When you feel something ain't right, you know it ain't right. You just can't override that feeling. That's my opinion. Because sometimes you
Again,
know something ain't right.
again, men have to make the decision. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we don't get it right. That it's written. I ain't gonna say it's a crapshoot, but it's a crapshoot because you could be the perfect person for me. You could be I could be perfect for you, and vice versa. But if the timing ain't right, and I don't choose you, I may choose your friend that's over here on the other side, simply because of the timing and how I felt at that particular time. Sometimes guys make mistakes. We just dumbest, smartest person we know.
Well, I think
He's
we
right.
need to probably end it on that note and go to a commercial break. We've been on about an hour.
Has it been an hour? Wow.
I know,
Yes,
huh?
we have been on for an hour. The conversation is really hot. I mean, since we've already passed our hour mark, if you all want to continue, we can. If you feel like you need to go, we can go ahead and take a break. I'm gonna leave it up to our distinguished guests.
I'm
Oh,
good.
I'm down for more. I'm down for
I'm
more.
good.
Always.
I was
Well,
gonna say, I know Darren is.
let me read this comment. Penny says, "Why do men see a good woman sitting in front of them, but run off to the woods with the raccoon?" Meaning a woman
Okay.
that brings a lot of drama and so forth. I think Darren said because they're not ready.
We may not be, again, in my book. If you catch my book coming out pretty soon, I know Miss Coffee Brown is listening, so I want to shout out to Miss Coffee Brown who's helping put the book together. We're talking about those things. Guys have to make the decision. God said, God in the Bible says, a man shall seek a woman and make his own. If we don't look for you, ain't nothing you can do to us. You can cook all day. You give us all the sex you want. You can cook and clean and wipe my dirty drawers and clean our house. But if I don't decide to pick you, I just won't pick you.
See, so here's the thing. I think I know what she's saying, and I'm gonna share something personal. I'm gonna apologize to the person because I know he's watching. I'm gonna apologize in advance. I'm sorry, but I need to hear an opinion from other men. Sorry. So if you want to be mad, I get it. So here's the thing. Men say they ready, but then don't show you. They show you otherwise. So when we talk about you say it's up to the man to make the decision. I'm taking from what you're saying that we can't make it for him. We can't even help him along with the decision. He either gonna make it or he not.
Exactly. At least
So
that's how I feel. Everybody's different. Everybody's different.
So here's my scenario. I was approached by an ex who said, "I feel bad that we ever split up. You my forever. Hey, boo, I know you watch it. I really wish we could have had forever. And I want to try again." This is the beginning of pandemic. I said, okay, we can try again. We can try to be something. But let me let you know right out the gate, there's no sex. That ain't happening for a while. And so at first he was like, okay, cool. We I feel like we got more than that. It's more than that to us. So he proceeded with, all these calls and attention and gifts and showering me with affection and anything I even thought I wanted. It showed up at my door and I was like, okay, let's go. But then he fell off. And so my thing was, bye. I'm not going to try to bring you back. You fell off, so goodbye. So a week later, a whole week, no communication. A week later, what happened? I said, I don't know what happened. You fell off. So you already showed me you weren't really serious. So keep it moving. I'm no longer interested.
Now hold on.
Now, did I interpret that fall off correctly?
Well, I don't know. All I will say is if he was consistent in his doing, when did you pick up? Did you pick up some of the slack too? Did you call him and reach out to him?
Well, no, I made it clear from the beginning. When he said he wanted to try again, I said under two conditions. One, there will be no sex.
I got that.
Two, there will be no effort from me. I'm not putting no effort in because this will be our third try at a relationship. I'm not putting no effort in this time. It's all on you.
It was doomed the third time around then. It was no way it was going to work because in your mind, you wasn't going to give him a second chance. No goddamn way.
No, I was giving them a chance by even considering it. I just wasn't gonna put no effort in to building the relationship until I knew he was serious.
You couldn't send a text, hey, how you doing today? How's your day going?
No, I wouldn't put in no effort. No.
So you want him to put everything on the table and you sit back and
Yes.
say, okay, I'm gonna watch to see what you got going on.
Yes, because you came back to me saying I was your forever and you made a mistake. Okay, show me. I'm not putting in no effort. This is you came to me. So I'm gonna need you to carry the load for a while till I know for sure because you're not gonna play with my emotions.
Well, he didn't carry any load. He just came in with nothing at all.
Well, I mean, he carried the load for a couple of weeks, but then if that's all you got.
Well, a relationship is give and take 50 or 100% from my half, 100% from your half. So you're telling him out the gate, listen here, I'm not doing nothing to perpetuate this relationship. You do it, I'm gonna sit back and watch.
Until I know for sure that you're serious, yes.
Okay.
2 weeks ain't enough. 2 weeks is not enough. 2 weeks was not enough for me. And just like I knew, he fell off. So
why'd you even go through it if you knew that was going to happen? I'm sure you had an intuition. You said the women have this what you said a deeper sense of what's going on. So you knew that was going to happen, but you took everything else and you went on.
I didn't know it was going to happen. That's why I wasn't going to put any effort in. So I knew. Now I said, I don't believe this is what you really want. I think you're bored. I think you're lonely. I think we're in the middle of a pandemic and you're thinking back on yesteryear with fond memories of love and fondness, but I don't think you really want this relationship. So you're going to have to show me. I'm not putting in no effort. And just like I thought, that's what it was. So to me, if you really was thinking you my forever and I made a mistake, after 2 weeks, you're not going to fall off for no whole week. That's just my opinion.
I will admit that. I would say from a man perspective, we like to be pursued as well. Okay. Just a little bit. And you're again, we'll meet you at McDonald's and talk to a girl behind the counter and won't think nothing about it. But again, you women want to meet guys at certain prestigious places, at certain places, look a certain way, respond a certain way, but we want to be pursued as well. It lets us know that you like us too. Because we know we like you and we think you like us, but every now and then we like to see a little feedback. Like Pastor say, you got to talk back to me.
I feel what you're saying. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and own up to it. Shawana said, Lisa, I feel you knew it wasn't gonna work. You should have said no and pushed on. And the only thing I'm gonna say to that is, Amen. I knew it. I took the gifts and I loved the all the attention. So yeah, you're right. I knew it wasn't gonna work. That's my bad. Thank you for all that you did. Thank you for all the great, wonderful gifts.
That's cool.
You're right. Sheila says he was never thinking that in the first place, twin. He was simply playing games. See, and I'm glad you dismissed it. See, my twin get it. She said he was never really thinking, really trying to make a forever. I agree with her because I feel like if you was, no matter what I did, you would have continued your effort. But we heard from a man, and he said, they want a little effort back. Sean said, Lisa, he already showed you who he was. Exactly. Come on, sisters. The sisters is coming through for me.
I know me who he was. I know Sean. Hold on for a second. I know Sean.
And okay, Shareece, what else you got for the men? Any other questions you got about?
Don dropped off. Is Don coming back, or he just?
I don't know what happened. I'm gonna try to find. Okay. It might be his
the conversation. It's in my favor with two of y'all and one of me, so we good.
I'm not sure.
Anytime he in the room for the women, it's all right.
Shareece, you got any questions, or anybody listening? You got any questions for Darrin and Don if he comes back? We want to know, what is it that men really want in relationships? Not what they say they want when they run a game. What do they really want?
What exactly is game to you women? When you say you don't want a guy playing game, what does that mean? What does it mean to you when you say a guy's running game?
Okay, let me answer that one.
Come on, Shareece.
So they'll call you saying how they want to be with you. You the only one for me. Like Lisa was saying, you the love of my life. I'm dating you to be my wife. I'm not dating you to just be your guy. We of a certain or particular age. So time out for saying that's my boyfriend or that's my girlfriend. I'm in this for the long haul, and then 3 weeks to a month later, you damn near got to find him in the Witness Protection Bureau. He didn't went MIA.
So
Well,
basically, game is lying.
Just lying. And
Or
it's like,
misrepresenting.
for what?
true. Well, again, guys are trying to find out, as Don said, how much you're willing to take, or how far you're willing to go. If I tell you these things, is he trying to get the punani, as we started out the situation with, or is he really being true, or he's trying to fill you out? Most guys are trying to fill you out.
So when you mean fill us out, explain what you mean by that.
We were trying to find out who you are. Again, older guys. I'm speaking from an older guy's perspective. We want to fill you out, see where your conversation is. I want to be at a party with you and let you go and talk to somebody else, and you can hold a conversation. I don't need to be there with you all the time. Can you hold a conversation? Are you cordial? Are you nice? I've had women where I had one friend that didn't want me to walk behind them. They didn't want me to open up doors for them. But those are things that I do on them automatically. That's how I was taught as a young man. It's yes, sir, no, ma'am to everybody. I don't care what age you are. That is respect. That is what I've always done. Be polite. Be a gentleman at all costs. I try to be a gentleman at all costs. Every now and then I get out line, but majority of the time, anybody knows me, I'm a gentleman. I try to take care of the people that I'm with and be cordial and nice.
Always.
But trying to find out women, what their feel is. Are they in it for one thing? Can they do multiple things? Are they just got blinders on and only see you as one person and not as a vast majority person with other people?
I understand that when you say somebody's trying to fill you out. I get that, because I think that's most of what we're trying to do too. As
Correct.
women, we're trying to fill you out. But it makes it difficult when you misrepresent yourself and your intentions.
This
So
is
if
true.
a man says, like Shareece said, I mean, I've heard that a lot of times too. You wifey material. Ooh, I'll wife you. And then when you don't give up the goods, old boy bounce and you don't hear from him no more. Like she said, you got to find him in the witness protection program.
They're playing themselves, so to speak.
Yes.
They're playing.
So let me read
what
some
is
of these.
the thing with even when you're meeting somebody online and you talk to them for several weeks, you text them back and forth, you're talking, but you never meet up?
Well, again, sometimes you may take the lead. That's the aggressive one. That's the one that's been talking for a while, and you know what? This is let's go have a drink. Why not? Why can't you say something? Is there a problem with you saying let's go have a drink?
I ask because my whole thing is I don't want to talk to you all the time via text message or on the phone, because I already know that my fuse is short. Like my attention span is very short when it comes to that. Because in my mind, I feel like we in a long distance relationship.
Yes.
And that's not what I want.
Right.
I want to be able to see, feel, touch, talk to, and communicate, cook for, whatever the case is. I want to be able to do all of that.
Sheila say they probably in jail. I'm just saying. No,
Well, I never find one there.
Misrepresentation.
I don't deal with the jailbaits.
Well, I do like something that you said about sometimes men want to be pursued. Okay, so let's take it back to what Shareece is talking about online. So if we go back to that scenario, on some sites they click your page, you click their page, it says you are a match. Somebody got to make the first move. So are they waiting for you to make the first move? Because clearly they clicked your page. So or they just clicking every woman's page? Can we assume that? I mean,
we don't want to assume anything, first of all.
Okay.
It's probably likely that they're doing that, but we don't want to assume that. Again, it's about quantity opposed to quality.
Okay, I get that. Mm-hmm.
And if we play the numbers game right, it's 15 of y'all and it's 2 of me. It's bound that y'all gonna reach out to me and get back and forth with me, then I can get back to all 15 of you all.
Okay, I get that. So if a woman sent you a message, Don said he'll be back. Give him a few minutes.
Okay.
If a woman sent you a message you wouldn't necessarily feel like she's being too aggressive.
Oh no. It's far and few between. Far and
Okay.
few between.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
you ladies want us to be you want to initiate everything.
Well, it's different because, when I first moved to Texas, I'm not from here. When I first moved here, where I'm from, women do. I mean, if we see somebody we want, we just go say, hey, what's up? What you doing? How
Where
are
you
you?
from?
What's your name?
Where you
I'm
from
from
again?
Chicago.
Chicago.
I'm
Okay.
from Chicago. So one thing, when I first moved here, I remember going out to a club and I sat at the bar by myself. I sent a man a drink and I told the bartender to send this to this man over there. And the man was like, "What is going on? Who are you?" And he came over to me. I said, "I sent you a drink because you look nice. I wanted to know if you were here by yourself, if you're available, and if not, I just wanted you to have a drink on me because you look good."
And I
And
want
the
to say that
brother,
I thank you for that drink. I enjoyed it immensely. Thank you very much.
yeah, that's exactly what he said. And he said, "You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. You scared me." I said, "Scared you?" He said, "Yeah, I've never been approached like that. I'm not gonna lie. That's scary." And I was like, "Wow, okay." I mean, that made me realize I'm not in Kansas anymore. I'm in a
True.
whole nother place where they scared of receiving a compliment. Because that's all I was saying is you look good. Now,
Right.
if you're available, holler at your girl. But if you're not, enjoy your night. I just wanted you to have a drink on me because you look good. And
Right.
it
There's
scared them.
far and few women are like that will do that. I'm sure, not saying it won't happen, but I guarantee if you were to poll 20 guys, maybe two, it might actually happen. Sheree, have you ever done it?
I have. I've approached men before, and I've spoken. We've had good conversations, but it just never ends up going anywhere. And then I get other people that say, "You single, you self-employed, you got it going on, you this, you that, you talented,
Mm-hmm.
you can cook, you got your own place, your own car. Why are you still single?" And I'm like, I don't know, because I'm not going to look for the man. I'm just not. And
Hey,
I
Don.
probably don't put myself in a lot of positions to be out and about to do so if it doesn't have anything to do with church, fashion show, maybe a birthday or so. I think probably the last birthday party before, even before the pandemic, I've probably only been to maybe 5 birthday parties here in Texas in 10 years.
Hmm. Well, Denise says, I'm from Louisiana and I've done the same thing. And the guy and I exchanged numbers and he never responded to my calls or texts.
Wow.
So y'all say y'all want to be pursued, but it scares you.
Well, I ain't never been scared of that. I'll take the drink. I have a good conversation with you and say it's been nice, but baby's at home. I'll holler at you later.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna be again next week because I can use a drink next week when I come back.
So you basically saying you just in it for the drinks.
Not necessarily. I'm just
No,
being.
he'll give him some good conversation because he's friendly like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's just
We
a
should not
sweetheart.
we should not look for a man, but it's nothing wrong with sparking a combo. Sheila says we should not look for a man.
That's
We're
true.
not saying that I'm not looking for one, but if I see somebody per se that I think is handsome, I might kind of give them a look. Probably, I've stepped up a couple times, but more than likely not, because I really like for a man to be the one to approach. But
Right.
I will take, once we get to know each other, I will take the lead. I don't have a problem with that. I will take the lead, but I like for a man to be able to do things like surprise me and take us on a trip, or surprise me and let's do something totally different on a scavenger hunt or something like that, versus what we doing. WYD.
Um,
It's nothing. That just, oh, yeah, it's nothing. So there's no real substance.
Tanny says, being from the South, I've always felt it was improper for a female to pursue a man, but then nothing is happening for me, so I ventured out. Never a good outcome. So
Where are
this is a good question.
Me too.
Shawana says, Darrin, would you tell them you're not interested? That's what I was going to ask too. When you said you would take the drink and say, okay, goodbye, you know, the kids is at home. So would you say, look, thank you for the drink, but I'm not interested?
Yes. Or
Okay, now
again, that
that's
woman's
good.
intuition will come and know that either she'll see a ring on the finger, or he'll say he got to go, and she may say, well, why you got to leave? Well, you know, one, I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to get paid because baby at home need money as well.
Baby at
I mean,
home.
if you married, but we're talking about somebody single. If you married, then I mean,
But you don't know that by sending the drink over.
No, but that, remember I said that was my question. Are you single? Are you available? If not, just enjoy the drink.
You're right, right. I would tell him. I would tell him.
Okay, well then that's good. So Sheila said I was agreeing with Shareece, not opposing her response. So man, we have really got a lot of good information from the men. I mean, I have really enjoyed this. Shawana says, or you could just say that. I have really enjoyed this. I feel like we still have lots of questions because men and women communicate so differently.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to interpret certain things. One thing I can say that I learned from being here in Texas. I think you on two devices, Don.
Yeah, he was.
One thing I can say, okay,
yeah, he was.
now we got you.
Right.
You good, Don? We got you? Okay, let's go biblical.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Bernice says, let's go biblical. If scripture says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, then how do we position ourselves to be found?
I haven't let Don speak. I'm going to let Don have this one.
Oh, my.
Came in at the right time, right?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, one thing is this. Boy, did I come in at the right time. All right. She wants to talk about the Bible. Okay, so she's right. What the Bible says is true. But realistically, she may not be that one for him. A lot of things we got to look at. Men, us guys, emotional maturity. There's a lot of that we look at too. We want that, but some of us can't give that. We want, there's a lot of things we want. Like Darrin said, we want it all. But she may not be the one that he's looking for.
But see, she's saying, how do we...
Right, how do we position ourselves to be found for the right person?
Well, again, you're never going to, it's a process. You're never going to know it's the right person until you get out there and try. You got to try it first. But then you got to see if he's not giving you what you need, and you got to know when to cut it. You know, well, go ahead.
I just feel like that scripture, I know this may take us off topic a little bit, but I've always felt like it's been taken out of context. Just because it says he that finds a wife finds a good thing, it don't mean the woman shouldn't be on the lookout. I mean, just like when you find a job, you don't have to, you got to put in an application to find a job. You can't just sit at home.
Not necessarily. I mentioned this in my book. It's God has, and luck and timing all have to play the right role at the right time. You could be at the right place. It could be 25 guys that's in there, and none of them is going to be the one for you. But the one guy, the 26th guy that comes through the door, could be the one for you. You
got to be in that place. That's right. What we're saying. So you can't just.
You have to keep.
That's what she mean by.
Right.
Yes, you can't just sit at home and feel like
it's true.
The man gonna find you magically.
This is true.
Right. Because he ain't knocking on my door.
So Miss Tanny says, I had this convo with my pastor a month ago and asked the same question. How do I be found? He told me to sit still. I don't have to put myself on display. When he is ready, he's gonna seek me out, even if I'm in my house. Well, you know, I want to see that. I want you to let me know.
That's gonna be a good shot, though. You know,
right?
That's gonna be a very good shot. He gonna have to go by Shareece's house. You got to go by Lisa's house. He got to go by Sally, Sue, and everybody else's house to get to her house. And I'm not saying it can't happen, but God has to play a major role in your seeking and trying to find somebody. Yeah. It's tough.
I'm opening up the door for the FedEx man and everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
So it's difficult, very, very hard. Very hard. I mean, some people walk up to you and you might think it's the craziest. You might meet them in the craziest place. You can be riding your bike down the street and bump into somebody, and that might be the one for you. You never know.
Let me ask a question. Why is it that men like to have some men like to have several women friends with benefits or whatever the case, but as soon as a woman says, I got a couple of little friends, little hot spots, it's an issue. What's that all about?
It is, of course, we're dominant. We want to be the only one. I will admit that. It is very difficult for your woman to say, well, and certain women are very bold. They say, well, you ain't the only one I'm messing with.
Absolutely.
And some of us men can't take that and be like, oh, damn, I thought I was the only one.
Absolutely.
Now she's doing the same thing that guys have been doing to her. So again, that could be the perfect guy. Now you have to realize timing is everything. That could be the guy that you're telling this to, could be the one for you. You don't know.
I mean, because I've had a situation where the guy said he liked my conversation, but he's not trying to settle down. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. We would talk on the phone for hours.
Same guy.
So then after a while, he would call me and I start talking to him about other friends. So he was like, hold up. Like, why you ain't been calling me? I said, well, you said you're not trying to be tied down. No, I never said that. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. You said that. He was like, so who is so-and-so? Oh, that's another friend of mine. But just because he's a friend doesn't mean that I'm sleeping with him.
True.
We've been friends and you and I haven't slept together. So why would you just assume that I'm sleeping with this person? Or I had an issue with a mechanic and I was telling another guy about the mechanic. So he was like, why he got to drop your car off to you? If you at a mechanic shop, you normally go pick it up. You sleeping with him? I'm like, dude, no, hell, he came and picked the car up, and right now the car is not running, so I can't just go get the car and bring it back to my place. So if he got it and he went and got it and he's fixing it, he need to bring the shit back to me.
Right.
Well, did the guy
got all bent up out of shape? Huh?
Well, what about the guy that questioned you about that? Did he volunteer to go take you to get the car?
That was my next question. Yes.
In the words of the man who said, "Hell to the no."
Okay. You know what? Let me ask you guys this.
Okay.
She came talking about what the Bible says. Well, what about the Proverb 31 woman? What about that?
What?
That virtuous woman or something?
Virtuous woman. What about that? Is that person that's talking about putting herself out there, is she a virtuous woman? Is she? Because see, some men may not be looking. But some men may not be looking for that.
Well,
you gotta know the dude you're dealing with. You gotta know what he wants. You gotta ask him. I mean, you gotta ask him.
Hey, Daphne.
Well, I feel like this. When you talk about virtuous woman, I feel like most women nowadays have those qualities. A virtuous woman is industrious. She tends to the needs of her family. She's not lazy. She's, she's wise. She's kind to others. Most women have these qualities, in my opinion. But at the same time, I think men are looking for different things than what they say they're looking for.
Right.
This is what we've been trying to get to the bottom of. How do we know how to decipher what they saying and what they doing? Because, a man will know that you're a good quality woman and still try to mess over you because that's just what he want to do. And it's nothing personal against you.
Right.
So I feel like what we wanted to hear from men was, are we getting this signal right? Because I think most of us know as women, we getting the signal. I guess we wanted to know, are we getting it correctly when a man is playing games? He just not that into us. Is that the
You
correct
know
signal?
what?
Because that's how we feel. I'm speaking for me. When a man playing games with you, you know he just not feeling you like that.
That's true, and he should tell you that too. But you know, I can say one thing, and Darren can say something else. But the other guy you run into, he may not say none of the stuff we saying, and then you're gonna be confused again.
Well, you
So
know,
He's not experienced. He doesn't know. I mean, he hadn't dated a lot of different women because you can't date one woman and think all the women are the same.
Right.
right.
absolutely,
But how many times, and I know all of us know somebody who has been in a relationship, had a good person, but they always go for cray cray.
Well, again, I say it's a crapshoot, but it's not a crapshoot. You got to have the law somewhere. My brother texts me say Jesus is the only way.
Well, you know, we're gonna have a discussion of, we had that discussion earlier anyway. Let me read Karen's message. She said that's where maturity comes into play. An immature man will make assumptions and expect women to wait for him. A mature man will not treat you with a double standard, and if they do, bye bye. Exactly, Karen. Hey, Karen, and I do agree. I do agree. Now, I do have a couple more questions for the men. You
Sure.
know, my own personal list that, you know, I've had going over here.
Yes, I know. I think it's
And a
growing
very
every month.
important question that I have is, why is it that men do not like the friend zone? Because you can, a great relationship can develop out of the friend zone. But as soon as you let a man know, look, I see you as a friend, they ready to just cut off all communication. They don't want nothing else to do with you. Why is it they don't want to be a friend?
Well, I'm gonna speak from experience and from my perspective. When a guy says, or when a girl puts you in the friend zone, we don't like that. Of course, I will admit that guys don't like me. I'd rather you just call me your friend and keep it moving. Don't tell me you put me in the friend zone. That's putting me in a box. That's putting me in a box, and you when you need a friend, you come get me out of your box. I would rather be someone that's a friend to you, but I don't want to be in the friend zone. If you're in the
What's the
friend
difference?
zone, that means, excuse me,
What's the difference?
there's a big difference.
it's a mindset for us guys. You know, from a guy's perspective, like, oh damn, I ain't gonna be able to get none of that.
Yeah,
But see, from a
I'm just
woman's perspective, that may not be the case always. I'm talking about, you know, for me, I had a friend
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't physically attracted to him, but we were friends. We went to the movies every week. We caught the dollar special, $5 special, whatever, go to the movies. I really enjoy his company. I couldn't wait to movie night to go to the movies with my friend, but he wanted more. But I kept
Of
saying,
course he did.
but I don't feel you like that. We friends. Don't mess up our friendship and don't mess up our movie nights because you want more. Now I'm gonna tell
He
you
said,
this.
"Don't mess
Now,
up our movie night."
don't mess up our movie nights. This was going so well. But the thing is, I really enjoy his company so much. In my heart and in my mind, I felt like in time I could have grown attracted to him, but he wouldn't even give it time. He was just like, "No, I don't want to be your friend."
Now,
And
how
I
long was
was,
y'all going to the movie?
I'm not gonna lie, my feelings was hurt because I really enjoyed going to the movies with this person. We had a great time every time. So when he just said, "Look, I don't want to be a friend. If it ain't gonna be nothing else, you know, we're gonna cut all ties." I was hurt behind that, and I didn't understand it. So can y'all explain to me, why did not, what is it that I'm missing?
You want this one, Don, or you want me to jump in on this one?
how long did you go to the movies with this man?
That's what I wanted. That's the first question I want to know.
We went to the movies about 2 months straight every week.
What?
That you
So
wrong for
you was
that.
so you was you was leading this dude on. I mean, that's
No,
Exactly.
too
no, no,
long.
no, 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 because we had already started out. No, after the third date, I said I don't see a connection with us. I told you I'm very honest and very upfront. I don't see a connection, but I do like going to the movies. I don't like going by myself. Do you mind us having a standing movie night? And he said, "Yeah, it sounds good." He didn't pay all the time. Sometimes I paid. Sometimes he paid for the movies and I paid for the food. Sometimes he paid for the food, I paid for the movies. So it was a cooperative thing, but it was a weekly thing and I really enjoyed it. But around the second
No,
end of the 6 if he was like, this ain't, I don't want this no more. This, because if it can't be
Lisa,
something other than friends, it's not really worth my time. And I felt like, what? So I ain't worth your time,
Well,
even as a friend.
Did you have one soda too?
Say what now? What?
When y'all had refreshments, did you have one soda or did you have two?
Two.
Okay, I'm just asking. You know, I'm gonna tell you like this. After the third time, you said we're just gonna be movie friends, and I'm feeling some kind of way. No, I don't think we're gonna be doing these movies like this. Because that man started to get attached. He started to get attached to you, and then when you said that's as far as I want to go, he said, "Well, hell, I'm gonna cut this off now before he get hurt." Right. He didn't want to get hurt.
Exactly.
And then
exactly.
you're not getting hurt. You got hurt.
Yeah, I got hurt. So how can you get hurt if I'm being honest with you every step of the way? I'm saying I don't feel you like that, but I enjoy your company. To me, ain't that what you want? Don't you want somebody to really enjoy your company and really care about you?
Yeah. But I don't want to be told that, well, I don't see you like that.
Right.
That's like having a ham and no burger.
So you want to be lied to?
No. I want a hamburger. That's like having a ham and no burger. You're gonna enjoy yourself. You can't enjoy, just no different if I were to come over every night and we spend Friday night watching a movie at your house. Now we ain't touching each other, but we're spending time together. You may not think it's quality time, but it is time together.
It was quality to me, and I would love that. If that was perfect for me.
No, as Don said, I thought you were leading him on by going to the movies every week with him. He thought that was your way of opening up more things to do other than just movie night. And
no, but I made it clear. Let's have a movie night, and he agreed to it. So,
well, hell yeah, I agreed to the shit too.
I'm so competitive.
Every Friday night, and I said yes, and she was feeling me, but I wasn't feeling her. She said, "Well, I don't think this is gonna last, because I'm not really feeling you. But we can keep the Friday movie night going on." Well, why? I was doing it for you. He was doing it for you to spend time with you, quality time with you.
Okay. So I get it now.
I kind of, I'm hearing everything. Like I have a friend that I like as a friend, and he's always trying to take it to the next level. And I'll be like, boop, 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 boop. Because I'm like you, Lisa. I don't like him like that, but I enjoy his company to a certain extent. And I just don't see him in a sexual manner like that. And he always, a couple of weeks back, he was like, well, if I asked you just to be exclusive with me, would you? And I was like, no, because you're my friend. And he was like, but I don't want to be your friend. I'm like, but yeah, you're my friend. That's
we get turned down more. We get turned down more than you women do.
Yeah, but I guess I thought that if you want a relationship, don't you want to start off as friends? I'm just so lost.
Well, then we can start off. Why would you start out that way by saying, "Listen here, I know we went out a couple times and we're doing this date thing on Friday night, but I don't see you that way." And he cut it off when you had that.
That's what I was saying, but he's still like, "Well, I'm gonna be there anyway." Oh,
well, again, he's trying. He's trying to woo you over.
Yeah,
I was like, you deserve somebody that likes you like them.
Well, let me read this comment. Someone says, Lisa, I understand, but you were being selfish. Okay, I probably was. I do have it. I could be self-centered from time to time.
Really?
She said, how was she being selfish? She was being honest. Now, I agree with that too. I felt like, but see, the thing, what y'all keep forgetting is he agreed to it. I said, I don't see you in that way, but I want us to still go out and I enjoy our movie nights.
That's like, let me paint a
she's saying it. She enjoyed the movie night.
Right. Let me paint a picture for you. I'm sure every one of them has heard this saying before. I just want to put the head in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's like. You want to put the head in, but you know you can't do one without the other. Eventually, something was going to happen. Even though you kept saying no, he kept saying, yeah, I got next Friday night. I got me a date for next Friday night. They go through, don't go the way he wants. We're gonna try it again next Friday night. I know I got me a stand date. She gonna be right there waiting on me. She gonna get the popcorn. I'm gonna get the drinks. We're gonna have a good time together. But there again, you're saying I just want the movie out this, bro.
But but I feel like if he would have been more patient, it could have turned into more. Because I got more and more excited every week. I was more excited. Oh
How
wow!
patient could the brother be? You said 2 months.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? 2 months is not that long.
Okay.
That's 8 movies.
Where is he at now?
I don't know. He stopped talking to me. he can't stand my ass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to gain a better understanding. So I had one more question for the men.
Okay.
Oh, let me read Bernice's comment. She said he probably thought the more time you all spent together, he could win you over. I
Exactly.
thought, yeah,
Absolutely.
but he didn't give enough time.
I can see that if there was some advances being taken, like if you were giving me we were giving each other kisses or some
Did you give him a kiss?
hugs. If you getting the church hug, dude, or the elbow dap.
Lisa, was you giving him a kiss?
I kissed him once, yes.
On the lips, on the cheek.
No, she kissed him.
Oh, he was done. You stick a fork in his ass. He was done.
You don't want to be your friend no more.
Right, exactly. Because
He might
every
got a
Friday night he
right
might get a kiss. Every Friday night he might get a kiss.
Nah, he wasn't getting a kiss every Friday night.
But he don't know that.
Well, I feel like I made an error there, and I will take that into consideration in the future. I made a huge error.
Oh, man.
I'll take that into consideration. Now, Shawana said the reason why I was being selfish is because she knew he wanted more.
Right.
Even though he accepted, he thought the status would shift.
Right. We all do. We all think that.
Daphne said the 90-day rule. She go with
See, and it was only 60 days. It was only 2 months. I mean, But okay, I had one more question for the guys. From a man's point of view, is it safe for a woman to have a maintenance man?
Yeah, we did. Did you hear my answer?
No.
Yeah, if it's me.
Listen. Hold up. The one thing is this: if I'm trying to get with you, I'm interested in you, and you know this, the hell you the maintenance man for? For what? Why?
Oh, you're asking what is a maintenance man for?
Why?
The same thing the side piece is. You know what a maintenance man is.
Well, the same.
I know what it is.
Yeah, the same reason why a car need an oil change.
But my
Right,
thing
is that thing loose?
Look, if I'm the one you're interested in, then I'm gonna be your maintenance man. You don't need another one.
I feel you. I get what you're saying.
You can't help being the maintenance man.
I get what you're saying.
And if you do have a maintenance man, then the right man will never come up to you because he knows you have a maintenance man. He may not know personally, but he'll know from the vibe that you know.
Okay. So you're saying he can sense it?
Well, in conversation, because if he wants to take it to the next level and you be like, okay, well, I'm not ready, or as the old saying goes, it's not the right time.
Okay.
I got some things to sort out.
Right.
Daphne says, did y'all hold hands in the movie? No, we did not. We just sat there and watched the movie. Sheila says, the man I get with these days have to carry the Bible and read and be real about it. Have to carry the Bible and be real about it.
Yeah, so these folks in the church carrying these Bibles, they doing the same stuff out here. These folks in the streets.
But you know what though? Now the thing I say about that one, he can carry the Bible, but if you don't know what's in that Bible, what he's reading and if you don't understand it, it ain't gonna help you at all. Because I'm gonna tell you this,
right. And how to apply.
People will quote scripture but don't know the scripture.
Right.
And get caught up with that.
Right. And she said be real about it, and I think she means to live it, also live what's in the Bible. So we are coming up on the end of our time. It has been really great. I feel like I've learned a lot. I've certainly learned the error of my ways. So
thing at the movie.
for that, I want to know if there's any last words that each of you would like to leave for us ladies in terms of what men really want in a relationship.
I have one question. Excuse me, Mr. Don. One question for you ladies. Just this is for you ladies. Is it true you know when you meet a man for the first time you want to have sex with him?
Say it again.
Is it true when you meet a guy, you know if you want to have sex with him or not?
Well, I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak to myself.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like
Okay.
I can tell from just being in his presence for the first few minutes whether or not there is a chance, you know.
Okay.
And then I can also tell when there's no chance in hell.
Okay. Miss Shareece?
For me, it's gonna take a couple times. Talk to him. That's just me. I mean, cause I don't get with the. He ain't shared his chips, so he might be off for a bed. He ain't shared his chips, so he might be a beast in the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
so she asked that, I got
takes
a
me a
question
couple
now.
times.
Now I got one.
Said, can you tell
Now I
if
got a
you
question.
What'd you say,
Darrin
Don?
had a good one. Now I got one.
Oh,
I said,
okay, go
Darrin got a
ahead.
good one. Now I got one. So why y'all always got to look down at our feet?
say
Why
it
you gotta
again?
always look at our feet? Why do you always have to look at our feet?
Because them damn feet be lying.
Yes, Lord, they do. They lies.
So
Them
why
damn
y'all?
feet and
I'm
hands be
just
lying.
lying.
Oh my gosh, they be lying. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, 3 of the ladies said yes.
Yes,
And
what?
and 3 ladies said yes, Darren, to answer your question. Denise said yes, Gwen Smith said yes, Tanny said yes, Lisa said yes.
Okay.
Sheila said, I have met someone recently and know that will come about, but that is not the first intent. I get it.
Okay.
And Tanny says the feet is a myth. And
Girl,
we
yes,
do that.
yes, Tammy, yes,
And
yes.
Tom says,
Okay, let me ask you a question. So, how do you feel about if you go on a hookup with a young lady and you want there to be a second time and then they just kind of ghost you? Like it's just a one night stand. What's your take on that?
When you say one night stand, you talking about something actually happened or just a date on date on?
No. Y'all got together,
Uh-huh.
but then she just wasn't really into you. So when you kept calling back, it's like
She
nothing.
couldn't handle me.
I
that's
figured
what you
you
think.
could have stayed
She got
on
what
it.
she got what she wanted. She got what she wanted.
Huh?
She got what she
That's
wanted.
how you interpret that.
True. But again,
Okay.
every woman is not for me, so I understand that. I have to just chalk it up to experience and keep it moving. Because what you do for one woman, the next woman will enjoy immensely and never been appreciated those things.
Right.
Okay. Man, I had something else, but I lost it just that quick.
Did you really?
Okay, I don't know. We'll have to do a part 2. Now, tell us your last words for women in terms of what do men really want. Darren, I know your book is coming out, so you can't give us too much.
I
But
can't.
give us
I've gotten word. Miss Brown has given me word. I cannot release anything about the book, but it will be on social media, be on all platforms by the end of September, if I'm not mistaken. We're working on it currently, and it's going to be a nail biter. You women will definitely want to get this book. So I would like to leave by saying I appreciate the time that I spent on this show. And there is somebody out there for me. They have compassion, courtesy, dedication, fellowship, honesty, and justability, purity will have for me. I'm looking for her. She's out there for me, and I will definitely get her one way or another.
all right. Okay,
Mm.
guys. What you gonna do with this
Well,
time?
like they say, I'm exploring the opportunity for a long-lasting, perfect relationship with the perfect woman for me. She's out there too, and I'm gonna be right here waiting. I think
Oh,
she found me though.
uh-oh.
Okay.
After today, she
Okay.
found me. After today, she found me.
You think she found you after today?
She probably, she probably found me before today, but today kind of sealed it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Hey Sheila, yes, we're reading off the screen. Sheila says it's okay not to be interested after the date, so it's not considered ghosting. So after a date, if you don't get back to somebody, that's not necessarily.
No, not the date after y'all had sex.
Shareece is talking about after you got it in.
Yeah, all the way in.
After you get it in, and then there's no contact, that is ghosting. Like you've been ghosted. So let me see what Sheila says.
I'm looking for him. I'm sorry, he looking for me.
Oh, Sheila says she's not going to look for you. You need to find her, Don. But Don said she already found him.
No, I think Don said he already found the person, or they found him while he been on this phone, on this line.
On this show?
Possibly.
Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm glad that we
He
can make
might
that.
have had to go take care of something when he disappeared.
Oh yeah, he did disappear for a minute. Well, I'm happy that we can be a part of that. I hope we get an update on that. That she found you or you found her, and perhaps I've been found. You know, you never know. We all might have been found.
Darrin,
I'm single with no children. I cook clean.
We're gonna compare our inboxes later.
Uh-oh.
Shareece,
huh?
Putting yourself out there, giving disclaimers of all the things that you can do. Or you just
I'm putting my disclaimer out. Shit, I'm tired of paying for everything by myself.
Let's go, Shareece. I want to hear that. I want to hear that loud and clear. Let's go.
I'm single. I'm children free, meaning I don't have any. Self-employed. I am a visionary. I am a go-getter.
Yes,
I am very sweet and cute. I am easy to deal with. No drama.
No
drug free, disease free. Hello.
Yes.
All right, I love that girl.
And I'm available.
Put that resume out there. Let me go put mine out there too.
I love the Lord.
I would say I'm very intelligent. I'm a very caring person. I'm extremely insightful. I am an overcomer. I don't let obstacles get in my way. I'm extremely ambitious. I'm focused. I'm good with money. I know how to stay in my lane, and I know how to, maneuver when it's time for me to come out of my lane. I'm kind of set in my ways, but I'm also mature. And so I know how to deal with different situations. You could take me anywhere, and I always know how to act. From the hood to the White House, I know how to carry myself. So that's my resume.
And how can people get in touch with you guys? Darrin, what's your handles?
I'm sorry.
And those.
Instagram is Dark Night Photography. And my name is on Facebook. You can reach out to me. And of course, I think that's all I have for right now. Just those two lines of streams of communication.
Don Mills and DM Signature Photography on everything.
Don, are you here in Houston?
I'm here in Houston.
Okay, cool. I have to reach out to you and do some work with you. Maybe get you to come out and do some of the shows, modeling shows.
So Sheila says, this has been a phenomenal show, twin. Thanks for all your informative and transparent guests. Also, kudos. Thank you so much, Sheila. She said Dark Knight. Okay. And I agree. Dark Knight is very intriguing. Very intriguing name.
Get in trouble.
Shawana says, thank you guys. I definitely enjoyed. So thank you all for tuning in. And I definitely want to say thanks to the men. I knew this was going to be a outstanding show. I could not wait for this show. Once I knew, we had found some men that were not timid, that was going to talk. I knew this was going to be a really good show. I still got some unanswered questions, but we will have to wait into Shareece laughing at me. We will have to do a part 2.
That's fine. Just let me know anywhere.
She says, Dernice says, you guys should set up a live talk. That's a good idea. We should set up a live talk. Once COVID has taken their knee off our neck, we should set up a live talk with a live audience and perhaps do a little matchmaking too. You never
That'll be
know.
cool.
Something together. That would be good. Invite some singles and see how we can work that out. That sounds like a really good idea.
I'm with it.
I'm telling you, I might be hooked after today. I'm letting you know.
Uh-oh. Well, we
Okay.
got one or two little connections. All
I
right.
might be too, because I need that purity, justice, and honesty, and compassion, courtesy from a woman.
Right. I see you reading.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't see that comment. Where that one at?
Mm,
On
that's
your
how he
phone.
ended.
Oh, that's on his. Oh, ooh, I love the fact that you know what? I'm gonna say this. I love the fact that the women are putting it out there because I think you have to. You have to toot your own horn. You got to know that you qualify for whatever position you're trying to fill. So
Right.
shout out to the ladies. I'm all about that. I'm all
Right.
about shoot your shot, ladies.
Right.
But don't
And I'm glad with all the interaction that we had today with the ladies and everything.
yes. So Darrin, I look forward to reading your book, Sheila says. And we
Thank
all
you
look
very much.
forward to the book. Hopefully, you will come back when the book is out and do a another show with us, and
Sure,
perhaps
anytime.
we'll purchase a couple of books and do some giveaways to our listeners. That'll be really great.
Thank you
Right.
very much.
Until then, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to our guests. We are going to end our broadcast at this time. Guests, do not go anywhere. But the rest of you all, we will see you next time. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
watching.
ladies. Bye.
Yep.
Bye for
Thanks.
now.